here at Coleman Coliseum. Kevin Scarbinsky, Natalie, Pierre. Auburn, Alabama, not the Iron Bowl, but the rivalry in basketball, and it was electric. It was my first game in here, and you said it was a little bit different. It was down to the wire. Alabama ends up winning 57-55, and it literally came down to the last 5 seconds. Before this game, you wrote that this was as big a game or rivalry game, or big a game for Anthony Grant's career as he's had in the last 6 years. He wins, but he kind of escapes. So what does this mean moving forward for Alabama basketball and for Anthony Grant?
Well, it's almost like a little kid putting his finger in the dike and trying to keep the water from crashing through. Bruce Pearl and Auburn are coming. They're going to get better and better. This is the worst Auburn team that Bruce Pearl will have in his tenure there. We don't know how long he'll stay. They will get better and better. They've already started to recruit better. He knows how to develop players. So if Alabama had lost this game, Anthony Grant had not lost and still has not lost a game to Auburn in this building. That's one of the few consistent feathers in his cap, as his program has really just muddled along in the last several years. So he had to keep that day from coming when Bruce Pearl started taking over the state. We feel like it is coming unless Anthony Grant and Alabama really step it up. So very important that they got this win tonight. They showed a lot of passion, a lot of toughness down the stretch. They could have gotten beat. I mean, they had to come from behind the second half. Ricky Tarrant gets disqualified after a second technical foul. So they were fighting uphill. It's to their credit that and the guys, seniors, Levi Randolph took over, and then another senior, Rodney Cooper, with the putback to win the game. And
Grant is now 8-3 overall in the rivalry. Like you said, 6-0 here. Mm-hmm. What does this mean? Alabama is now 13-6. What does this mean for 3-3 in the SEC? What does this mean for them and their hopes of making the big dance?
Well, this was essential. They couldn't have lost this game. It would have been a bad loss in terms of Auburn's record and Auburn's RBI. And the schedule, though, the next week won't be easy. They've got Florida coming in here early this week, and then Kentucky on the road. They're not going to beat Kentucky on the road. Nobody may beat Kentucky here, there, or anywhere for the rest of the year. They're that good. They may run the table. But once that stretch is over, the schedule lightens up a little bit, and they have an opportunity, Alabama does, if they can play more consistently, if they can play better in their half-court offense, if Levi Randolph will stop being a complimentary player and step up the way he did in the second half of this game, they have a chance to reel off some wins. They're going to have to win a bunch of games the second half of the SEC season if they want to get an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament, but they have an opportunity. But this game was essential to give them that opportunity.